the true story behind horror movies. This thing is even more evil than what's portrayed in movies. 3 classic horror films in film history. Hitchcock's Horcruxes, Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Killer, Jonathan Demme's Silent Land. Story inspiration, or rather, some of the story inspirations, all from one person. That's the notorious twisted serial killer in America for 70 years, Edgar. This guy is amazing. Firstly, he is an extreme Oedipus plot. Brother is most likely to die at his hands, because his brother told him his mother bad things, and after his mother died, this guy is now in his original form. In a few years, digging graves over 30 times, because he thinks the dead look like his mother. We need to move back home as a souvenir. Later on, the body couldn't satisfy him anymore, directly killing live people on the spot, make furniture ornaments, and he was arrested. It's because of the magic palm. To the local deputy sheriff's his mother had. When the police find his house, the sheriff his mother has been hung on the beam and open. And in the room, everyone discovered a soup bowl made from a skull, skin-made lampshade mask, sofa belt. There's even a dress made of his mother leather. He said he could wear it this way, play his mother, because this guy has too many elements on him. Adapted directors. They all choose 1 or 2 of the more abnormal points used in movies. Hitchcock uses fetishism, created Norman Bates. Tobe Hooper used chain killings and collecting parts, created a human skin face. Jonathan Demme uses peeling to make clothes for role-playing, created the Buffalo Bill. The classic horror film Ghost Street series, inspired by 1981. May 10th New York Times special issue. It tells the story of a series of very bizarre death events. 18 refugees from Laos died mysteriously in a dream one after another, after forensic examination. These people are all very healthy in their bodies. There isn't much illness. The cause of death is all arrhythmia. How can a good person sleep and then disappear? The final conclusion drawn by the forensic expert is that these people seem to have been scared to death in their dreams. Finally, this strange case, named Asian Nightmare Death Syndrome. Years later, medical experts speculate that these deceased individuals may have hidden genetic heart disease. But in the eyes of these refugee groups, this thing is so weird. It must be the evil god from our hometown. I'm following the United States now. The ghost pressed the bed and was directly crushed to death by someone. And director Wes Craven was inspired by this. Created the ghost King Freddy who could kill in his dreams. Also, let me add a little bit. The name Freddy comes from the director's childhood shadows. He was often bullied by a child named Frederick Luger when he was a child. So I used this name for the villain, and I've used it more than once. In horror movies, killing is indiscriminate. The big villain is called Krueger. The 2005 horror film Exorcism, originating from a real event in Germany. In 1952, a 16-year-old girl from West Germany, diagnosed with epilepsy, but after being admitted for treatment, the symptoms not only did not improve, but also, and there were also consecutive symptoms such as depression, schizophrenia, hallucinations, and visual hallucinations, still resisting religious worship, resisting the holy water and the cross. There are actually two possible explanations for this matter. The first one is the kind mentioned in the movie. It's just a demon possessed by evil spirits. The second type is the explanation of materialism. That's because the doctor's level is not enough. Medication is not symptomatic, and long-term suffering from illness and pain. Plus, locked up in the hospital, this child has developed a new problem, and resistance to the cross and worship can also be explained. A rebellious child in adolescence. The illness hasn't healed yet. I still have to cow down and pull my head. Not disturbing. Annoying. Plus, there's a mental problem. That would definitely be even more manic. But the parents of this child insist that it's the evil spirit causing trouble. Hurry up and find the church to exorcise the demons. In the next 10 months, this unlucky child has gone through 67 exorcisms, on average, twice a week, starting in for hours at a time, because of long-term kneeling and kowtowing back and forth. My knees are all broken on my knees, fractured. In the final stage of exorcism, this child refuses to eat. finally died of malnutrition, only 30 kilograms left in weight, belonging to being starved to death. To be honest, just this exorcism intensity. Don't say it's a patient anymore. She can't withstand being a good person either. After the girl's death, her parents and the exorcist priest were accused of negligent homicide. But local believers firmly believe that this girl is possessed by demons. Just didn't fight him in the end, because during the process of exorcism, the evil spirits have reported themselves to their families, saying he is Lucifer Cain, Judah Nero Hitler. It's not that Hitler has come out. Don't you think it's a bit excessive? What's even more ridiculous is that, with the brainpower of these fanatical religious elements, this unlucky girl has been shaped into a saint who fights bravely against demons. The cemetery has become a pilgrimage site for believers. Make it look like performance art.